Good morning, Andy Johnson, Minnesota State University. We are going to be looking at learning to teach, and I am going to favor the holistic model and the reflective teacher. I see that as the most important or best way, the best model to use in learning to teach. This is a wrong model, and this is the traditional way of learning to teach. This is a top-down approach that someone says you must use these lesson plans, this curriculum, this technique. In the classroom, teachers provide specific knowledge. Teaching, as this top-down model goes, is manipulating our students to do this, that, and the other thing. You are given a philosophy. You are given a lesson plan format. You are to conform to our preconceived ideas and predetermined answers. This tends to reflect a behaviorist perspective. This is the top-down model of learning to teach. The teacher preparation says, institution says, teaching is this, and they have it well-defined. Traditional ideas and ways of thinking are reinforced in this model. Few new ideas are introduced, and you get the same. There's been no innovation in teacher education. We tend to do the same thing we do 50 years ago. Run them through the conveyor belt. Give them some classes. Give them some field experiences. And again, this curriculum is imposed on teachers. Top-down also means the curriculum is imposed on your students in the classroom. This curriculum that's imposed on the teachers, it says the teacher is not to be trusted to make intelligent or creative decisions. You must teach to this test. That's top-down. That's imposed on the teacher. And that's what's imposed with this current testing craziness and No Child Left Behind and other just crazy things. Crazy external standards that are put on teacher preparation institutions and are put on schools. We get them all the time. Sometimes they're solutions looking for a problem. The TPA, Teacher Performance Assessment, that we are required to use. It's a shiny new thing, it's a solution, so they went in search of a problem. If you're going to be a problem solver, identify the problem first, define the problem, generate ideas, and then look for the best solutions. Too often in education, legislators or those outside a university setting impose external mandates on us without first defining the problem. Learning from this top-down perspective is regurgitating knowledge, having the right answers, or replicating things, regurgitating to respond to predetermined question. And again, teaching is something that is done to pre-service teachers and students in your classroom. Students are problems to be fixed. If they are not learning, they need to be fixed. In a special ed classroom, students are seen as problems that need to be fixed. Go fix them. Go down to the room and fix them. And again, this is this top-down model. Teaching is this, blah, 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 same. And it's based on a teacher's perception and experience. The teacher who is teaching in a teacher prep, the professor or who's ever teaching. And traditional ideas of thinking are reinforced. You listen and be told what to think and do. This is a similar provincial perspective. This is my experience as a teacher. This is my perception. It must also be your perception and your experience. That happens in all areas. I find this meaningful, therefore you must find it meaningful too. Here's a good book. Here's a value. That's a provincial perspective that says your perspective, your model, your ideas are the right ones. Instead, I favor a holistic model where learning to teach is like learning to write. You need authentic writing or teaching experience. You need an environment that supports risk-taking, both in your writing and your teaching. It's okay to make mistakes here. This is the practice room. You need to see adult models, writers. You need to see adult teachers, teacher models. You need response more than editing. At this developmental stage, pre-service teachers need you to respond to them, not to correct, not to edit. Yes, you do some of that, but you're more like a coach shouting out instructions or ideas from the sideline as his or her wrestlers compete. You need to interact with other students. Writers need that. But pre-service teachers, you need to talk with each other. That's why I favor having two practicum teachers in one room and even two student teachers. Know that we are all works in progress. There's no such thing as a finished writer. There's no such thing as a finished teaching product. We continue to grow and grow higher and higher levels as we continue in this business. I've been in here for this business for 30 years. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. The minute you stop learning and growing is the minute you start moving backwards. Students need to be able to make choices about their writing. Pre-service teachers need to be able to make choices. I like this skill, I like this philosophy, I like this idea. This pedagogical strategy is best suited to the way I think. I have a passion for this. I would like to bring it into the classroom. Teaching is not a destination, it's a journey. It's a constantly developing skill, just like writing. And just like writing, you get better by doing it. You get worse by not doing it. The reflective teacher, which fits into that holistic model, examines his or her own beliefs and values, always questions what he or she is doing. Is what I am doing, is it in alignment with my beliefs about teaching and learning? Is it in alignment with my own teaching values? Is it in alignment with what I believe research says is best practice? Teaching and learning, then, is creating experiences based on your values, your beliefs, your passions, both yours and your students. You identify and define a philosophy, but it's not my philosophy, it's not someone else's philosophy, it is your philosophy. This is the holistic model. Kind of like reading workshop, I call it teaching workshop. Teaching is not this, it's not that, it's this, that, and the other thing. As you learn to be a teacher, it's based on your perceptions, past experiences, current understanding, current experience, knowledge, and reflection. These are all important. What's in your head? You. Also, it's based on input from teachers out in the classroom, out in the field, from professors, that information and knowledge that you get, and from experience. No one of these should be used exclusively. They're all important. You, your knowledge, your experience, your having experiences, the teacher's insight, and a professor's insight. Learning to teach is, in a sense, learning to be a human being. Humans naturally want to learn as well. So we try to align our curriculum, our teaching, with humans' natural desire to learn. Now, lack of learning, problems from this perspective, problems in the school, problems with learning to be a teacher, it's usually a result of lack of balance. The students' problems, their needs, their interests, their passions have not been accounted for in schools. And again, remember, humans naturally want to learn if we align our curriculum and our pedagogy to the greatest extent possible, that these problems disappear. Teaching and transformation. If we are teaching from our authentic self, we are transformed, and our students as well are transformed. A transformation of thinking, of awareness. That's called a transformation of consciousness. This is a universalist perspective again. What is your experience in knowledge? How can I use knowledge and experience to create a grounded view? Here we use research and scholarly work. All these things are used to inform you. All right, we'll look at stages in becoming a teacher in the next video.